Hey you guys, welcome back. Another day, another on-ramp. Hey guys, so welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk about my initial impressions of the driving experience of the 991. Now, I've had it for a few days. It's been a long week. My family are up at a cabin near a place called Moose Lake. I finished out the work week, and it's now the weekend, and I'm heading up to hang out. And I've got the car seat in the back because I know my eldest son, Luke, you know, while we've got the lake and we've got a boat and, you know, paddling pool and whatever, I guarantee you all weekend he's going to be like, car ride dada, car ride dada. So we're going to go on a few rides, twisty turny roads up in northern Minnesota. And only in a place like Minnesota and the Midwest, I guess, would you get a place called Moose Lake. Are we going to see any moose? I don't know. So yeah, I had the car for a few days now. And it just keeps getting better and better. I love driving this car so much. So I wanted to do a quick rundown of my favorite 5 things about the car so far. Every YouTuber that has a car has to do a top 5 video, right? I did one for the 996, I did one for the 997, and so I've got to do one for the 991. And so in 5th place, 5 being 5, 1 being 1 the best. In 5th place, I'm just going to put it out there. It's the air-cooled seats. It's a silly thing, and you get them in any car, but to have them in the 911, having had 2 generations now without air-cooled seats, it's a ridiculous luxury, which I am very grateful to have. It's awesome. They are cooling my bum and my back right now. So that's number 5. Number four. I think it's the color of the car. I love this R-Gate, A-Gate color car, the gray color. It's silvery, it's metallic, it's reflective. I really like it. And it's very similar, as someone noticed on my video the other day, it is very similar to the seal gray color that my 2nd generation 996 was. Very astute. I love it. I really, really like it. And it's so much better than having a black car. My God, that 997, the black, you know, you clean it, you take it out, and within seconds, you could just see the dust on it and you'd see the crap on it. Yeah, I think it's the color. That's 4th place. 3rd place has to be the interior. I love the updates they've done to the 991's interior. And just, you know, talking through it for a second, the old school 5 gauges, the instrument cluster is still here. They haven't gotten rid of it, and unfortunately in the 992 they have. I guess we're just gonna have to get on with it. But right now I'm still enjoying the analog gauges. Absolutely fantastic. And specifically also, contradicting myself a little bit, the digital analog gauge, the digital gauge where you can see you know, the audio, what's going on with the phone, the navigation is up there, and then, you know, you have the usual stuff that, you know, tells you about your tire pressure and the engine temperature and that sort of stuff. But there is also the sports chrono feature, which is tied to the launch control, which I still haven't yet figured out, but I will be doing soon. And then the G-force, and so you give it a bit of gas, and you see the G-force indicator. I mean, what does it mean? Who cares? But it's pretty awesome. And then the rest of the interior, the sports chrono, the way that they've sort of sunk it into the dashboard a little bit and tried to integrate it in the dashboard, I think is really, really cool. In the 997, it was just kind of sat there on the top with a little hood over it. As much as I loved it, I really like the way that this sports chrono is presented on the dashboard. And it's also a clock, and this is really silly. My sports chrono in the 997, it was just a sports chrono. It didn't act like a clock. This one, you get the best of both worlds, so very happy about that. What else? I mean, the PCM, I think I've got the 3.1 here, or the 4.0. I think it's the 3.1. You got the navigation, I've got Bluetooth audio capabilities, all the stuff I'd expect. The air-cooled seats, the center console I really like. Which reminds me, and I didn't do a mod video on this because it took me like less than 5 minutes, but I've just replaced the console lid so that it's the black with the Porsche crest. And foolishly, I thought it was going to fix my squeaking problem, but I mean, it has a little bit, but I think the base of the lid on the top, the base of the top, if you see what I mean, I think that needs to be replaced, or maybe put some foam in there or something. Anyway, the squeaking is nowhere near as bad as it was, but it's still a bit squeaky. So the interior in third place. Now, I'm not sure about first and second place because I think honestly it's going to be a bit of a tie. And it's basically the PDK transmission with the paddle shifters and the exhaust. And I don't know if I can put one into first place or second place. So I think in joint first place is this. That sort of whole, oh my God, the acceleration is insane. And I mean, I didn't get that in the 997. It's cheeky lane closure. I mean, look at that. I got myself out of a bit of trouble there. I didn't get that in the 997. I'm not sure if it's just with the speed of the gear shifting or the extra little bit of power and certainly the extra torque. It's probably a combination of all of those things. But I mean, you can keep your S's, you can keep your turbos. I feel like I'm driving a true, like, fast sports car, like super fast sports car. I felt like that way with the 997. But maybe my legs are too long, or my gear shifting wasn't slick enough, and maybe people who are better at driving manuals than I am, but I've driven them all my life. I don't know, I just feel like this is more like a racing car experience to me. You floor it, the gears just go click, 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 and it's so smooth, it's so slicker than your average, you might say. Pop culture reference. The other tiny little mod update, while we're on the topic of making changes, and it's a bit silly, and it was pretty inexpensive, but I got myself carbon fiber trim for my key fobs, because just to differentiate them from my Cayenne keys, because I came in here the other day, and I usually leave my car unlocked, especially during the day. I got in, put the key in, and it wouldn't work, and I was like, oh no, the battery's dead, or something's wrong with the key. I had the Cayenne key in my hand, so different color keychain obviously isn't good enough for this guy. So I've bought these carbon fiber edges, and it's very easy to replace. And yes, if you look at the video of me just popping them off quickly, I have got the famous airbag knife out and let loose around the car, but I was in my kitchen, so don't worry too much. And it's just very easy. You pop it off, you put it on, and so now my keys have got this sort of, I mean, it's fake carbon fiber, I guess. It's not real carbon fiber. But I just wanted to see what it kind of looks like in the interior, because I'm also considering putting in some carbon fiber trim here. Someone came up with the idea the other day, and I think I really like it. And my friend Ben's Carrera S has carbon fiber, and I think that looks really, really cool. So the around the edge of the wheel here, so on the left hand side by the lights and the ignition, and just to the right, and then across where the cup holders are, and then around the center console, and on each side of the gear shift. You can buy a Porsche OEM set from Suncoast. It's a little pricey, so I'm trying to figure out if that's worth it or not. But anyway, that's it. That is my top 5. If I change the exhaust, that might need to change. But right now, they're the 5 things that I love driving about this car. So I'm gonna now head to the lake. I'm gonna try and get some pretty cool footage of the car and maybe get the drone out. I crashed the drone actually the other day. Yeah, it went into a tree as I was driving, and I don't know, it does have object collision detection. I don't know why, but all of a sudden, yeah, it crashed. So I need to put some new blades on it, but anyway. So that's it, guys. They're my initial thoughts on driving the 991. No better than the 997, just different. And I'm just really glad to be able to enjoy this new driving experience. So thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing and liking, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Cheers, bye.